Hello and welcome everyone. My name is Naiva Flory and I am honored to be a part of the Million Mom Movement Council, and I'm joined here today by Allison Jade, and we're super excited to be going over the contents of the Juice Bar in a Bag, as this is such a phenomenal pack for springtime. It's a great add-on to the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, and it's a good way to replace all those less healthy juices and drinks out there. I can tell you that for myself, every time I go to the grocery store and my kids are begging for a drink, I cringe because there's really not too many drinks on the store shelf that I want to purchase for my family and my children. There's so much sugar, there's so much preservatives, there's so much food coloring, there's so many additives, flavorings, you name it, it's in those drinks. And it's so hard for me as a mom to want to purchase those things for my kids. And so I'm really grateful for the Juice Bar in a Bag because it really simplifies us having really healthy juice options at our fingertips that we can just mix with water and they taste delicious. And the best part is that we can mix and match them so that way we can really have some phenomenal flavors. So you can find your favorite combination within the 6 juices that come in the Juice Bar in a Bag. And then today we're going to be sharing all about these 6 particular juices and how you can combine them, sharing some tips and tricks. We do have a guest that is a mixologist here who loves to mix up all the different flavors, who's going to share some of her tips and tricks with us. So we want to help you discover the joy of juicing. And with this presentation, we're really dedicating it to making the process easy and enjoyable, because for those of you who have juiced, drop me a 1 in the chat if you are somebody who has juiced in the past. And then if you are somebody who's juiced in the past, maybe tell me one of the things, like one of the perks that you found of juicing, and then one of the downsides that you found of juicing. For myself, I love having the fresh juices, but I found that it was hard to always keep organic fresh vegetables in the fridge ready for juicing, like the variety that I wanted for any particular juice, having everything on hand at one time and not having some of it have gone wilted because I didn't use it from last week. And then the other part is the time that it takes, right? You have to wash the vegetables, then you have to cut them up, prepare them, juice them, and then you have a huge mess that you have to clean up. So in my experience, juicing, takes upwards of 1 to 2 hours, depending on how much juice you're making, because of the prep and cleanup time. And with this incredible Juice Bar in a Bag, it really does make it so effortless because you can just mix it with water, mix your different combinations, and have so much fun with it. And so whether you're a busy mom, busy professional, health enthusiast, or just starting on this journey with better nutrition, these superfoods create a really delicious and nutrient-packed juices with ease. You don't have to have the mess, you don't have to have the cleanup. It's just super simple. And so we're really excited to share more with you about this incredible pack that we just don't talk enough about. But before I go into that, I would love to see if we have somebody that would like to read the pledge to us today. So do we have a volunteer? Go ahead and raise your hand, and I'll have you share the pledge with us today.
I
Don't be
nominate Brittany.
Okay, let me see. I'm trying to unmute her. Let me ask you to unmute. Hi, Brittany. I'm gonna share my screen.
Hello.
I will go ahead and share the pledge so you can read it. Thanks for volunteering, Brittany.
You're welcome. So, the Million Mom Movement pledge. I pledge to defend the health of myself and my family. I pledge to choose organic foods that are minimally processed and free of man-made ingredients. I pledge to read labels and educate myself on all aspects of clean living. I understand that my actions today will positively impact the health and environment of future generations. I'm committed to sharing this movement of many. I am the Million Mom Movement.
Thank you so much for reading that. And this is really something that we stand by. Brittany, would you like to share what the Million Mom Movement represents to you? Let me unmute you again.
Okay, this is my first one that I'm joining. So I am just learning. Um yeah, I'm not sure. I'm just new here. This is my very first one, so I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
Welcome. Thank you so much for reading
Yeah.
the pledge and welcome to our community. We're so grateful to have you here.
Yeah, but I do want to say that when I was reading the pledge, like definitely I want to be a part of, helping the health and the the land and everything, and I want to be here to support that. So the pledge, I definitely support for sure.
Wonderful.
So thank you.
Well, you're in the right place. Thanks for being a part of our community. Wonderful. So the Million Mom movement, we are a movement of many. We want to be very inclusive of everybody that's caregivers because we realize that each and every one of us cares about our health. We're all humans here on this planet doing our best to take care of ourselves, each other, and the ones that we love. And so we are all caregivers in one way, shape, or form, whether it's caring for those around us or caring for small children. And so we just want to encourage you all to spread this word far and wide to the people that you know, because what the Million Mom movement represents is that we are 1,000 people in 100 communities here to spread health and well-being with economic opportunity around organic superfood nutrition with at least 10 families each. And if we can do that, then we can reach 1 million strong. And that's really our bigger mission, is to reach 1 million people and beyond on this planet and really impact the health of future generations through this movement of many. So we appreciate each and every one of you being here. You are all part of this movement of many, and we're so grateful for you. So I'm going to dive right in with some information that I have here around, let me see, let me find my screen to share. But we're going to dive right in with our juice bar in a bag. So let's see here. Give me just a second. We're going to spotlight this beautiful juice bar in a bag and look at all these beautiful colors that it shows here on this image of all these bright pigmented colors. And what I love so much about these superfoods is that they're dehydrated at low heat, so it maintains the nutrients that are within these superfoods. And something that I often hear from my friends that love to juice is that, well, I want to juice because the nutrients are intact and I want to have that fruit juice with all the fibers and everything in it. And the great thing about these juices is that they are dehydrated at low heat and then powdered in a way that we can just mix them with water and the enzymes come back to life. So it's really the simplest way to juice. And I also will say that I have juiced and mixed these in. So I love making like carrot beet juice and then adding in the Can't Beat This or Cocoa Hydrate or Aloe Digest or Carrot Juice Plus into those, or the Green Spectrum. Any of the juices are great mix. So even if you are already juicing, this is a way that you can also fortify your juices with additional benefits as well. So you can have the best of both worlds depending on where you're at and how you want to use these superfoods. So over the past decade, we'll say, because this article is a few years old, the juicing industry has boomed, making $5 million per year in the United States alone. So just like the standard coffee shops, new juice bars are taking over neighborhood streets, corners, and pre-made drinks like the refrigerator sections in the grocery stores. So ironically, the Center for Disease Control, the CDC, recently reported that only 12% of Americans are getting their daily fruit recommendation and only 9% get the recommended daily vegetable intake, you guys. So that is like over 90% of people are not getting enough fruits and vegetables every day. That's a statistic that we can talk about and share far and wide because so many of us are actually included in this statistic, even if we're by consuming these superfoods, of course, that helps. But I can say that for myself, there are definitely days where I don't eat or drink the amount of fruits and vegetables that is required. And that's even with including so many incredible nutrient dense superfoods into my life. So imagine the people that don't have this at their fingertips. So what's the deal? While juicing is a quick and easy way to get your daily dose, most Americans see it as an expensive and time consuming. So Drop me a 2 in the comments if you agree with this statement that juicing is expensive and time consuming, because I can definitely relate to that statement. And that's why I love what we have here with the juice bar in a bag. So why do people avoid fresh produce? Well, an average juice bar drink can cost $6 to $10. Here on Kauai, our Kauai Juice Company, it's $12 for an 8-ounce bottle of fresh juice. That's expensive. It adds up really quick. Every time I go buy juices, it's upwards of $50 or $60 just for, 3 or 4 juices. And then an average juice bar shot can cost $2 to $5. This is just a small little shot that you take in. So specialty fruits and vegetables aren't easy to find and can be expensive, and grocery shopping, rinsing, cutting, peeling, cutting requires time and money. So I know that time is of the essence, right? That's the one thing, the one resource we can't get back is time. And so we have to use our time wisely. And for myself, I used to juice pretty regularly, but I found that the one thing that was challenging for me was finding the time to juice. And so I would make enough for a few days or a week, as far out as I could. Usually it was for 3 or 4 days. And I would try to stretch that as long as I could. And then I would do another juice day. So, however, it doesn't have to be difficult, time consuming, or expensive. There's no need to buy overpriced juices when you have our very own juice bar in a bag, and it comes in a reusable bag as well. So like you'll see these containers up above, we no longer provide our superfoods in these plastic containers, as they now come in biodegradable, compostable packaging that you can compost in your yard. And it also comes with this beautiful tote and our stainless steel shaker cups. So all of this juice bar in a bag comes really beautifully delivered to you. But before I go any further, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to Allison so she can share her in the news piece with us about why this is such an important topic right now. So Allison, I'll pass it over to you.
Thank you, Naiva. Yes, we have our own very, well, I'll share in the news first, and then I'll just give a little share here, but let's go into the news and see what we found. So, most people who are juicing, unfortunately, they're not realizing we were like this. We were buying, kale and celery and different fruits and everything. We were juicing. Jared and I, we were really into juicing before Purine came into our life, but we didn't know about organic. So unfortunately, we were putting a lot of pesticides into our body. So here we have an article that we found, and that so as many of us try to eat more fruits and veggies, as we were seeing, there's obviously we all need more fruits and veggies in our life, and we all need more and more because they're also we need more to get the same nutrition that we did before they started depleting the soil and the minerals. So as many of us try to eat more fruits and vegetables, are we potentially putting ourselves at risk by also consuming harmful pesticides? A new investigation from Consumer Reports digs deep into the real dangers of these pesticides in our food and what we can do about them. A healthy diet consists of eating plenty of fruits and vegetables, but some of the chemicals that are often used by produce farmers to help control bugs, fungi, and weeds raise concern when it comes to our health. Every year, the Department of Agriculture tests the selection of domestic and imported produce for pesticide residue. So our experts analyzed 7 years of this data. For years, evidence has been building, linking pesticide exposure to increased risks of cancer, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. The good news is there is, little to worry about. Close to 2/3 of the 59 conventionally grown fruits and veggies reviewed. The bad is 20% pose a high risk from pesticides. So I don't know if you've seen, there's like the Dirty Dozen, the Clean 15. So really, that's like kind of a good way, when you're selecting fruit and veggies, it's important. We know we can't get everything organic, but it's good to know which ones are more important to buy organic, and which ones you can, maybe like watermelon, for instance, it's pretty hard to find organic. And so we buy that conventional one. So anyway, it goes into, I can put the article, I don't know, should I read the whole thing, or I feel like it just really confirms what we already know, that it's getting, what I love to see is that this is becoming mainstream knowledge. A few years ago, when I was talking about organic, people thought it was a scam. They were like, this is not real. This is just to spend more money, or, this is just, it's, and there are definitely some scams when it comes to what they label with greenwashing and, but when you see the label USDA organic, they do have to have a certain amount of regulation. And of course, like we know with the Detox Project, they're testing some of those things and not all of them are exactly pesticide free because some of them actually there's loopholes where they'll use the pesticides as a drying agent or as a preservative after. So when it comes to commercial produce, we can't be for certain really that, that it is what it is. Like we can't be always sure where it's coming from and the quality of the soil and all of that. So we always encourage that we buy from local farmers and whenever we can, as much as possible. But that's why we support Purium, because in Purium, we know from seed to distribution, how many times it's been tested, the quality of the soil, and the living enzymes, because oftentimes too, produce from the grocery store is being cut 4 to 6 weeks before we're buying it. As soon as you cut a broccoli or any vegetable from its root, it's starting to die every second. It's losing living enzymes. So in Purium, what is so incredible is that it's picked at peak and it's raw dehydrated to preserve the living enzymes. So, really fast, it's raw dehydrated so that you're not losing that. By the time you mix it with water, it's like as if it was freshly picked. So, yeah, this is, for us, it's the convenience that makes it so magical, because Jared and I got this really expensive juicer for our wedding. It was like the top of the line at that time when we got married. I was really into juicing. And it was great. And we felt the benefits, from juicing more and eating more fruits and veggies for sure. But we couldn't stay on top of it daily because we were working and then we had kids and it's busy and, you don't always have access to, and like I said, I was buying non-organic, I was buying conventional produce. So who knows what I was, really putting in my body there. But it was just the convenience, right? Because so many of us get on this health kick and we feel so good when we're on it, but then we fall off because we're traveling or because we have to go somewhere. So for us, it was truly just that convenience of being able, when I used to juice carrots, it would first of all require almost a whole bag of carrots to make my daily carrot juice. And I had to peel the carrots first and wash them. And half the time they don't even taste like carrots. They taste like chemicals or something. It's weird. But you'd buy it in plastic and it would cost so much money and it would be so much time and energy and effort. And you would have all that pulp after to deal with and clean the machine and take it apart. And it just, to have the carrot, that was the first thing I noticed when I got my juice bar in a bag. It was just having that carrot juice at my fingertips, being able to put it in the blender and mix it. And then of course, all the other amazing, all the blends are incredible and all of the possibilities with all the blends were so exciting, but it just made it so easy and, just dependable to know what we were getting on a regular basis.
Yeah, it was usually my responsibility to wash and prepare all the veggies and fruits and then clean up the juicer afterwards. So I'm really happy that I never have to do that again and get all the benefits that we would. And like a cold press juice in the store, it's like $10 for like a little jar and very wasteful. And that's been sitting there for a while. The living enzymes have long gone. So the fact that we can get something like this where Can't Beat This, for instance, like it's more than just beets. It's like cordyceps mushrooms and ginkgo and like all the ingredients that for you to put that together yourself would be like half a day of work and probably like $100. So
and all the different places you'd have to source all those ingredients from.
Yeah. So when people mention that Purium seems expensive, I always, it doesn't make sense anymore because I'm just like, if you want these amazing ingredients, then this is the most efficient way to get them. So
yeah. And another really quick story I just want to share before I pass it back to you, Naiva, is that we're actually, so we are opening juice bars inside, like in places that wouldn't necessarily be able to build a juice bar in there. So we're opening one in a yoga studio right now, which is, it doesn't require someone to run it. It's very easy for the person at the reception to be able to do it. And it's just that easy way to be able to offer people juice without having to set up a whole juice bar, invest in like, a whole counter and fridge and all these things that you would need. And then we can, open it in places like coffee shops and places that they wouldn't, that they know their customer wants juice. It's just such an easy way to be able to do it. So we're setting up a prototype of a juice bar in a yoga studio. We have one in a organic market here in Montreal as well. In the back of the market, she has her superfood counter. It's just so easy to be able to incorporate into a business also. So yeah, thanks so much, Naiva. Back to you.
I love that. Yes, having these juices in places like the yoga studio is phenomenal because, like you mentioned, the nutrient density is there. And like you mentioned, Jared, there's so many additional things besides just the juice that we're juicing, right? When we're making our own juices, it's great because it's fresh and right there, but you also are limited to the flavors of the items that you have on hand. So if you only have celery and carrots and beets and maybe apples to sweeten it up a little bit, that's the flavor profile that you have, and that's what you have to play with. Maybe you throw a little ginger in there. But with these other superfoods, there is so much more in there. They've added so many additional nutrients that you wouldn't necessarily think to juice. I wouldn't necessarily think to juice aloe vera or other components, and a lot of you may live in places where you don't have coconut water readily at your fingertips and things like this. And so with this dehydrated juice options, you really are able to get so much more into your daily life than what would be available if you only juiced. And don't get me wrong, I love juicing. I love you if you juice. This is just an additional component that you can add into your juices or that you can choose to have on hand, maybe when you can't juice, especially when I'm traveling, right? I might not have my whole, juicer set up at certain places where I travel to, but this is something that's really easy, convenient, and I don't have to skip out on the health benefits. So I love everything that you shared, Allison, and it is so important. So many of us are not getting the nutrients that we need on a daily basis. And this is what's the most important, is to really get all the nutrients we need daily. So I'm going to continue with the article I was sharing from Purium. This is Purium's blog, so it's easy to find. I'll share it in the chat in a minute. So this economically and environmentally conscious tote in a bag includes a variety of our best superfood products, including Can't Beat This, BioFruit, and Cocoa Hydrate. This raw rainbow collection offers 50 organic vegetables, fruits, and herbs. It even comes with a PBA free, well, now we have the stainless steel shaker bottle, so that way you can take it on the go with you. Like I was mentioning, it's perfect for travel. And then in addition to what they mentioned here, it also has the Aloe Digest, the Green Spectrum, and the Carrot Juice Plus. So within these 6 flavors, you can mix and match. So you can take them individually, you can mix 2 of them together, 3 of them together, 4 of them together, you can mix them all together, depending on what your own flavor profile is. And you can also mix these into the Power Shake or other staples that you might have in your home. So there might be others that you lean towards as your daily staples, and these can help change up the flavor. Because if you're like me, I've been using these superfoods for a little over 9 years now, and I still love the Power Shake, but there's definitely days when I would like a different flavor profile. So I can add a little bit of the BioFruit or Aloe Digest, or, a little bit more of the Green Spectrum to change the flavor profile and make it a whole new drink for that day. So, like I mentioned, this bag includes the Cocoa Hydrate. It's a delicious and refreshing alternative to having fresh coconut water on hand, which I know is not available to all. And it's a healthier alternative to other energy drinks that are out there. So, Cocoa Hydrate is a coconut water based blend that is loaded with electrolytes and antioxidant with a pineapple twist. So, there's a really great daily drink for hydration. It's really great for post-workout. It can help support your hydration level, support your joint function, and it really is great for recovery after high intensity activities. So I really love this. My son that's in football actually puts this in his Hydro Flask before football practice so that he can have some really good hydration. And then of course he takes lots of other Purium things to help him with his muscle recovery and everything like that. And The benefits of the cocoa hydrate is that it can help promote hydration. It can help support your electrolyte balance. You can also add in the ionic elements if you want additional electrolytes, especially for post-workout. If you've been sweating a lot, you can add in, just flood your body with those minerals and electrolytes. It's really important. And then it can also support recovery after strenuous activity and help replace unhealthy sport recovery drinks, which is the most important part, I think, of that drink, is replacing the less healthy options with something that's healthier and delicious. And Allison, do you want to read about the Can't Beat This? 100%, but...
Sorry, Naiva, can you just repeat that again?
Oh, do you want to read about the Can't Beat This? We'll just go down the list of products.
Yes, sure. Okay, well, just read it here. Beets are loaded with healthy carbohydrates and rich in nitrates, adding up to the countless health benefits. Although their earthy and bitter flavor can be hard to swallow, beets are an incredible energizing source to consume throughout the day. And ours are definitely not hard to swallow. My mother hates beets and she loves our beet juice. So filled with natural herbs and plants to support energy levels. Can't Beat This is an excellent substitute for a morning cup of coffee or pre-workout drink. This passion fruit and guava flavored drink is delicious and low sugar. It's like a fruit punch, but better, way better. So maximizing vascular integrity, provides a natural source of energy, and supports healthy blood sugar levels. And definitely I have replaced I used to have an afternoon like stimulant, usually a coffee or cacao or a matcha. And instead I have a Can't Beat This, and it's far less caffeine. There's a tiny bit of caffeine from the juiced coffee berry. It's the last ingredient, but it really it doesn't do what coffee does. Like there's not a spike and a drop. It's really sustainable. And oh my God, it just feels so good. It's the best pre-workout.
Absolutely. I love the Can't Beat This. It tastes delicious, it's nutritious, and it's so good for cardiovascular health. And like you said, the beets, it doesn't taste earthy like the beets. My kids also don't really enjoy beets, but they love the Can't Beat This. And think about how many people we know out there that are buying those monster drinks or those different energy drinks out there that are not very healthy, right? They have all kinds of additives and preservatives and stimulants in there to help your body make energy. But a lot of times people are drinking those, they're getting, their adrenals are taxed, their nervous system is taxed, and they're having that crash at the end of the day. There's also loads of sugar in a lot of those drinks as well, which is not necessarily good for you. So this is a great replacement for those drinks. And if you know people that often consume those energy drinks, this could be a really good alternative for them to have a healthier option at their fingertips. And so the next one in the juice bar and bag is the BioFruit. And BioFruit is an incredible blend of 16 different dark pigmented fruits. So it's high in antioxidants. It's really great for boosting your immune system and helping, get rid of free radicals in your body. And so Purium's BioFruit contains an impressive variety of nutrient-dense organic fruits to support total body nutrition. It tastes delicious too. We recommend adding BioFruit to any of your green foods or daily health regimen and a comprehensive nutritional support. So think of it like you're adding berries. So you could add this to pancakes, you could add it on top of your yogurt, you could add it to your smoothies. Wherever you would add berries, you can make a yummy vinaigrette out of it. There's so many different ways you can use BioFruit. So anywhere where you would use berries, you could use this in different recipes. So it may support proper digestion, it can aid in preventing premature aging, and it may support healthy heart, liver, and brain function. So BioFruit is really a great one. And BioFruit was also recommended for somebody that I was working with that had a UTI because it has the cranberry juice in it. So you can also use it for, other things like that, where it's actually going to help your body alkalize in a way. So it's really a great blend, and there's so many ways that you can use it. And I'll pass it over to you for the Carrot Juice Plus, Allison.
Amazing, because I love the Carrot Juice Plus, and I love mixing. By the way, these three right here, the three that you had up there, the carrot juice, the BioFruit, and the Can't Beat This together, by the way, is my favorite combo. If you're needing a red juice, it's just so creamy and delicious. Both that tartness of so the carrot juice is super smooth. It's going to taste like the best, sweetest part of carrot that you can imagine. It is just so smooth, and that orange richness that your body will just, my body craves certain colors. So when my body's wanting that orange, I love mixing. So I'm a big fan of the unflavored Power Shake. And I love, my favorite combination of all is the unflavored Power Shake with the carrots, because it adds that perfect amount of creamy and sweetness. But I love the carrot. You could do so much with it. We even use it as, like what Naiva was saying, is as coloring, because that vibrant orange, we use it as we add it in when we do rainbow pancakes or whatever. We're always adding in carrot for fun colors, and adds you get the immune function, you get the carotenoids and the antioxidants, amazing source of vitamin A and the B vitamin. So yeah, one of my favorites. Back to you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. I love making the carrot juice plus, also like what I call an orange Julius. So I mix it with half water, half orange juice, a little bit of the carrot juice powder, and a little bit of ginger powder. And it's so delicious. The ginger really gives it a delicious flavor. And so you're getting this carrot orange juice deliciousness, and it's so good. It's a really great one to bring to, I like bringing it to, like, there's a brunch that I go to, and today happens to be one of the days that I'm going to that brunch. So this is something that I've brought to the brunch before. People ask me what it is that I've brought. And so bringing these juices to barbecues or brunches or birthday parties or baby showers or whatever events might be coming up in your life is also a really great way to introduce it to your community, because it's a drink. It's not necessarily a meal, and people aren't associating it with a meal replacement or like a protein shake, something like that. Something that's very light, it's delicious. And so find a blend that you enjoy and share it with the people that you love around you. That's the best way to inspire people, is by letting them try it first. So I'm going to talk about the Green Spectrum, which is one of my all-time favorites. This is the Earth's ultimate prism of green. So it's got all the shades of green from land and sea, which I think is such a genius idea. And so every green plant captures a different wavelength of light and energy from the sun. So Organic Green Spectrum is a beautiful collection of sea plants, juiced field grasses, and garden vegetables. And you can either get it in the lemon flavor or the unflavored option. The lemon flavor reminds me of a sweet lemon iced tea, which I like that flavor profile. So it's something that's really enjoyable on a hot afternoon with some ice, like an iced tea. It's really a delicious blend, and you can add it into other things as well. You can add it into your Power Shake or other smoothies and things that you're making. But this one is really delicious. My kids love it too, because it's a very mild flavor and tastes really good, but you're getting a ton of nutrients in this drink, and it's very light. It's not like a Power Shake, so it's something that you can easily drink a lot of. It can support increased immune system function, great source of chlorophyll and green vegetable nutrients, and it aids in healthy pH and oxygen levels. So this is a really great way to simply get it into your body, your children's body, or maybe a family member's body that isn't yet ready for the Power Shake, or maybe some of the other options that we have on hand. So this is a great way to ease people in. And the Green Spectrum also is part of, so we have this juice bar in a bag, and then we also have the fruit and veggie pack. So that is another alternative to get people started on just getting some fruits and vegetables in their life, is the Green Spectrum Aloe Digest and BioFruit. And that is another alternative to this pack, where you can get people started super simply, but they can see profound changes in that time as well. So I'll pass it over to you to go over the Aloe Digest, Allison.
Yeah, Aloe Digest is such a fun one. I love it on its own. It's so delicious, and it's like just like nothing that we have, like nothing else, and but for me, it's like a crowd pleaser. So for people, like, I've never known anyone who could drink the Aloe Digest and not like it. It just, like, everyone loves it. It's so delicious. But you can also use it to, like, sweeten the BioFruit. So that combination, BioFruit is very tart. And so I mix the Aloe Digest with the BioFruit, and the Aloe Digest is a real gut, like it really has the pre and probiotics built in. So It's an amazing one for people who have digestive issues and they may not be ready to do the whole, I mean, I always encourage them to do the ultimate lifestyle transformation to get started and then, to add on these, but for people to just, if they're not ready and they just want something yummy, I oftentimes just, suggest, like you said, Naiva, there's it comes in that 3-pack, the fruits and veggie pack. It also comes in the juice bar in a bag. And it's a great complement to anything. And then, it's just like a crowd pleaser. So the kids love it, promotes healthy digestion, support immune function, and nutrient absorption, because it's a gut, it's definitely helping the gut, and it's so soothing right away. If someone has acid reflux or digestive issues, it really does the job right away. People feel the effects of it.
Absolutely. I love this one. It's so easy to have on hand, especially when you're going out to eat or going out. This is another really great one to take, if you're going to a barbecue where people are going to be overeating, or, maybe a future Thanksgiving dinner or something where people are going to be overeating. This is a really great one to have on hand and to just have as your contribution to the meal. And people are going to be so grateful for it because it's going to help them to digest that food that much better. And they're going to be feeling so much better after drinking the Elo Digest. So a great way to share it. We do have a video that shares some of the ways that you can combine it. So we'll be sharing that with you all. And this whole article is going to get shared with you here in the chat, as well as in our Million Mom Movement official. We have some great testimonials around this juice bar in a bag. So I'm going to pass it back over to you, Allison, to introduce our guest today.
Amazing. Well, so I thought I was eating a lot of superfoods when I started. I was like, I'm having my 2 green juices a day, and I'm having some juice bar, dabbling in the juice bar in a bag. And it wasn't until I met Kimberly, who's going to be sharing, who totally took me to the next level of what it means to be really incorporating this into our life, like to really live this lifestyle. So I'm just, we don't need no introduction for the Kimberly Sanders, Superfood Queen. We love you and can't wait for your share.
Hi, everyone. Thanks, Allison. Thanks, Naiva. And thank you so much for so many of you being here and on camera. And I see so many of my teammates, and I'm so honored to have you all here. And, I've been living on superfoods now since my early mid-20s. And back in the day, I would mix up like maca and spirulina and goji berries and mix all this crazy stuff together. I even was flown out to Vegas 3 years in a row and paid thousands of dollars to mix up crazy drinks for Dell. And so to know that we get to have all these mixes like Allison and Naiva were speaking of, they all taste amazing on their own, especially if your body is in an alkaline state. And so, if some of these drinks aren't tasting the way that you wish, then we really have some work to do. And, but I really love mixing and matching different drinks that we have. And, it's been multiple years, like Naiva was saying, she's on 9 years. I was introduced to Purium 8 years ago. So it was definitely a time where we had different stuff going on. We were just looking through pictures, all of the plastic being gone now, which is just such a miracle. And so mixing and matching this juice bar in a bag, anytime that you're like, I don't know if I can stay with this lifestyle for eternity, it's then that's when the juice bar in a bag items start coming in. And even just ginseng in your power shake, I can't get over how delicious all of these things are that we have to mix and match. And you've all heard some different mixes that Allison was talking about, but the green spectrum with any of the items in the juice bar in the bag, and green spectrum with power shake. And I have a bunch of pictures with different recipes on them. And after I'm done, I'll start putting them in the chat, and also in the Million Mom Movement, I'll make a page of them. But I just say, get creative for yourself. And if you're ever bored, or if you think that you don't like a taste, sometimes the Super Meal vanilla chai is a little bit much for people. But if you mix that carrot juice plus in with your Super Meal vanilla chai, it almost turns it into a nutty, I don't know, it's an amazing way to mix and match. And you can always throw in. And I'm really excited to have our rice bran solubles back too. They'll come back online soon, I'm sure. But like the rice bran solubles, super meal vanilla chai, the carrot, it's so amazing. I have a beet drink that I make every day, and it really makes it so that you have such variety. I know I have Gina taste it every once in a while, and she's like, "Woo, like I've never really felt this much energy before." And so I just, if you're ever bored with any type of mix, or you think that it's not going to happen anymore, just reach out, and I'll have some sort of like fun mix to bring it in. And that dark berry, we had a client say that she just thought it tasted horrible. And I'm like, okay, but if we can put the bio fruit and a little aloe digest and a little cocoa hydrate and maybe some frozen blueberries, you can totally work it out. But there's so many amazing ways to help the juice bar in a bag match with all of our other products. So always the ionic elements, sharing those in all your drinks. That's amazing to add with, like, even when Neva was saying the Orange Julius taste, like you could really get the cocoa hydrate, the carrot, the aloe digest, and ionic elements in there, and not even have like if you were making fresh orange juice, that would be amazing. But just keep mixing and matching and seeing what's possible. I went through a phase of wishing to have, aloe digest, cocoa hydrate, the bio fruit, and the carrot with Power Shake. And suddenly I've come to this next level of just really loving Power Shake on its own. So just, you're going to go through phases of what your body is really wishing for. And then think about the notes too, like all of the beets, like if you think of beet and aloe and carrot and cocoa hydrate, those are all lighter notes. And if you throw in green spectrum, that just it'll change the whole thing. So I tend to keep greens with the greens, like more green spectrum with the Power Shake, with barley green juice, and keep and spirulina in there. And then you could add a little bit of carrot, a little bit of aloe digest, but any of those really strong greens, bring in some of the lighter notes too, and see. But yeah, I could go on forever about the different mixing and matching. And we're just putting together the aloe digest, or the ionic elements, and the new pineal clear. And have you noticed yet that it turns black with the Shilajit, like the different minerals like go together? My friend's like, what is this sorcery that you guys are mixing up? So, I think probably the gold or something, like with the ionic elements. So anyway, you kind of can't go wrong. And if you do go wrong, just quickly drink it and note that maybe that wasn't the mix to make again, it's like, but I know that everybody just loves it. You kind of can't go wrong. So anyway, thanks for letting me share, and I'll share all these mixes and matches. And they always say too, I learned from David Wolfe years and years ago, to chew your juice and drink your food. So really give your juice a couple chews, because it's a lot of nutrition that's coming right down to your belly really fast. So, allow your body to know that there's so much nutritional value coming in, and just tested and sourced from the greatest places. And that's the thing, is all those juices and all the veggies that we're having from the store, like Jared said, we have no idea how long they've been sitting on a truck. We don't really know the standards. And it just feels so good to be able to have such a trusted source. And yeah, like just things that aren't going to go bad. You buy raspberries and strawberries, and like they could be going bad in your fridge within moments, and we get to have so many of those amazing berries in the bio fruit. So it's definitely something to share with your clients. Like, if I always say to my friends that, like, if there's any way that you can invest in the juice bar in a bag as well as your kit, then you're going to have so many more options of mixing and matching. And so don't leave that idea off the table when you're talking to your clients. Let them be the ones to say, not this time that I'm going to make that type of investment for myself. Just allow them to know that there's more options on the table, And then that way they can mix and match and have all the different type of flavors and stuff. So always ask your clients if you can help them make it be even more tasty and even more sustainable, because we're really helping people look at this not just as a cleanse, but this is a lifestyle. So when you're offering the juice bar in a bag with that ultimate lifestyle transformation, the ultimate lifestyle transformation is your food, is your nutrition, is your protein, is your gut support, is your parasite cleanse. And then this juice bar in a bag is like, I always say, we don't just make a salad with like spinach and like a carrot ground up. And so the juice bar in a bag is like adding all the different things to our salad. Like our power shake is the salad, and then all the juice bar in the bag items just make everything so much more variety, and people can see the longevity in this lifestyle. So I hope that helps. And I'll be sharing the recipes in the comments. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much, Kimberly. I've had some of your incredible creations. They're delicious. And like Kimberly said, you can't go wrong. Have fun. You know, we really get to have fun with our food. Jared makes these beautiful balls. Like he always takes pictures and like they're so cool looking, but we just get to have so much fun with this food. And like Kimberly's saying, you want to immerse yourself in this lifestyle. Like when you get into this lifestyle, it is important that I love that we have a whole apothecary at our fingertips here for whatever colors and nutrients and minerals my body is calling for, because we just have it all at our fingertips. So we want to create a lifestyle where people have easy access at their fingertips to what their body is really, because as they start to heal their body, they're going to start, well, as they start to repair their gut, they're going to start to be able to listen to their cravings and what their body wants. And your body's going to want red. And I love that Kiara's here sharing about putting her super xanthan in and her biomedic in her dark berry and can't beat this. What I love about even all the little capsules, right? They're all food. They're all organic. Whole food. So if I'm making a red drink, I always add my super xanthan in. If you're Kimberly Sanders, you'll put it right under your tongue and have a whole beautiful mouth of red. But it is so much fun to just have fun with this food, add it in and create your own beautiful concoctions that really are unique to your body, what you're wanting and needing. So it's just so beautiful. Back to you, Naiva. Sorry, Jared just wanted to share something really quickly, if that's okay. Yeah, well.
Just a quick note on sometimes people make the case that organic produce and actually has pesticides in it. And unfortunately, organic pesticides and synthetic pesticides, they both use that same terminology, pesticide, but they're drastically different. And if someone ever questions that, organic pesticides are made from natural things like neem and pyrethrin, and these have a half-life of a few minutes, most a couple of days, and they don't actually, and they're broken down by microbes, versus a synthetic pesticide like glyphosate lasts for decades and it kills microbes. So major difference there.
Major.
And it's just something that you could kind of dismiss.
Yeah, we need to educate.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's true, organic pesticides are used, but there's a huge difference. So
thank you.
Thanks for sharing that, Jared. Yeah, it's so important to know where food is coming from and the differences between the conventional farming, the organic farming, and then the nuances of, what it means when somebody says that there is pesticides on our food. So thanks for sharing that. So important. And please take a look at the chat. Kimberly's dropping all types of great recipes. I'm going to bring us one more time to the article that I was reading, because there was also some great suggestions here with testimonials and how convenient it is, and the versatility and the high quality superfood content. And so having healthy fun with this pack, we are enjoying this nutritious concoctions we can come up with from the juice bar in a bag. I have some of the other things as well as Power Shake, and it is fun mixing it up, knowing that I am packing in organic nutrition. It's addicting, right? So this is something that you can get used to. It's a habit that we're creating. There's some great testimonials at the bottom of this page. I will be sharing this into our Million Mom Movement official, but I wanted to also show with you at the end of this page, there are some great recipes as well. So you can go ahead and make these recipes up for yourself, make them up for your next healthy happy hour, or share these in your stories and inspire others of what's possible with these organic superfoods and how there's all these ways that you can use them in different concoctions, making your mocktails. And then down here at the bottom, there's some fun combinations as well. So I just wanted to highlight that there's some fun recipes in here, and we are going to go ahead and go into our call to action. And so Allison, do you want to do the call to action, or would you like me to?
You have the, go ahead and go ahead. And if I could just share something right at the end, that'd be great.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah, I would love that. So I just want to let you all know that we have, let me see if we have our next week up. I don't think we put it up yet. So let me just pull this up here just a second. So next week we are going to be talking about pre-pregnancy. So in the month of May, we're going to be talking about pre-pregnancy, pregnancy, postpartum, and then we're going to go into hydration and green superfoods, and then into menopause. So those are going to be our subjects for next month. So just take note of that. If you know ladies that are wanting to conceive, next week will be the week to invite them on to come learn about how they can prepare their bodies for pregnancy. And today, for our call to action, we would love to invite you to share this replay, but especially share that blog that I just shared with you all, and then share that video that's within the blog as well. So, you can share the blog, you can go get some knowledge from the blog, and maybe share the video as a follow-up with the people after you go live about what you've learned in this vlog or on this presentation, and share this message with at least 10 people. Like I shared with you at the beginning of this call, this is the movement of many, and we're wanting to reach 1 million strong. And the way to do that is for each one of us to reach out to at least 10 people in our community and inspire them to become a part of our community. And so here in the chat, I'm actually going to drop a board which has all of our recipe books. So I'd love for you to go grab that, save it in your notes somewhere. It's got access to our Sad to Rad book as well as all of our recipe books. And so please go ahead and save that link so that way you can have access to all of our recipes. You can go mix and match with our different superfoods as you experiment. And Kimberly's saying that if you click on the photos, they will download to your laptop. So I'm not sure. I wasn't able to do that, Kimberly. But Allison, I'll go ahead and pass it back to you for any last shares that you'd like to bring.
I just wanted to say I'm really excited. We got these molds and I'm going to be experimenting with some superfood gummies coming up. So I've already made them with tart cherry, which they turn out so good with the agar, very simple. And I think we have the recipe up in the Million Mom group. So in that flip book, you'll see that one. And yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to be sharing some different juice bar in a bag superfood gummies coming up. So everyone, this is an amazing add-on, as Kimberly was saying, with the Ultimate Lifestyle. We always recommend the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, one of those packages to start with. But to really immerse yourself in this lifestyle, to add this, for anyone who wants the ULT to add the juice bar in a bag, they will be so happy that you recommended it. It is so much fun, and I'm so excited for everyone to receive it. Thank you.
Wonderful. Allison, do you want to do our last closeout page?
Sure. And then for everyone who wants to follow, like, share, please go to our Facebook group. We have our replays up there. We have also our recipes and other information. And you can also, participate in that. And then we have our Instagram, which we love all your contributions. So please hashtag or tag at Million Mom Movement. And we can reshare you. If you have, amazing reels that you think would be really fun for the community, please tag us. And then we have our YouTube channel where you'll find all of the replays. And I use this all the time to share with people, because if you want to search in YouTube, it's like a search engine. You can search Million Mom Movement, whatever, someone is suffering with diabetes or, weight loss or fertility, just search Million Mom Movement and you're going to find the topic. I'm sure you're going to find the topic you're looking for there. And so, yeah, that's it. We'll stay tuned for next week. I'm excited to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Allison. Thank you for each and every one of you joining us today, and have a beautiful weekend.